Everyone knows about the fastest, most powerful and largest cars, motorcycles and airplanes, but ships are left in the shade. These sea vessels began to appear thousands of years ago, but with the development of technology, not only their quality and technical characteristics improved, but also their size. Of course, some of them were dismantled for scrap, but still they were able to write themselves into history. Especially for our readers, we have prepared a rating of the largest ships in the world in the history of mankind. Maza. Our rating opens with the first ship from the Q-Max tanker family, whose main task is to transport liquefied natural gas that is produced near Qatar. A total of 14 ships of this type are currently in use, one of which is Maza. The vessel was designed in South Korea, first launched in 2007, has a length of 345 meters and a maximum permissible mass of almost 129 tons. Queen Mary II. The 9th line is occupied by one of the largest passenger liners in the world, capable of transporting 2,620 passengers across the ocean. This transatlantic cruise ship impresses with its capacity because it has everything you need for a comfortable trip, for example, a casino and a theater, 15 operating restaurants and the world's first ship planetarium. The vessel cruises under the flag of Bermuda. The first launch took place in 2002. The length is 345 meters. Allure of the Seas. The Oasis cruise ship class consists of 2 identical vessels, which are the largest ships of their type. It is worth noting that many include Oasis in the Seas in the rating, but in vain, because its length is 5 centimeters less than this ship. This vessel was launched in 2008, the length is 362 meters, the maximum number of crew 2,384 people, passengers 6,296. There is everything on board the cruise ship, so it makes no sense to describe all the entertainment offered by the crew. Allure of the Seas is a floating city where there is absolutely everything and even a little more. Will Sugar. The 7th line is occupied by the ship, whose length is also 362 meters, but it has more deadweight, 400,315 tons. The vessel belongs to a Brazilian mining company and belongs to the dry cargo family. The main task of the vessel is to transport ore from Brazil to the United States. In general, the family of the ship has about 30 units, having almost the same length and maximum mass. TI class. The next position is occupied by ships with a double hull, having a colossal gross cargo capacity and maximum weight. In total, 4 identical ships were designed and assembled. The first launch took place in 2003. The length of each vessel is 380 meters. At the moment 2 ships have been turned into floating platforms, the main task of which is the storage and shipment of oil. Emma Maersk. The 5th place in the ranking of the largest ships in the world is occupied by a vessel with a length of 397 meters. At the moment, the rights to the ship belong to Denmark. The first launch dates back to 2006. In total, 8 identical container ships were designed and assembled. During the first voyage, this ship was the largest vessel in the world. Its task was to transport cargo from northern Europe to Asia through the Suez Canal and the Strait of Gibraltar. It is worth noting that the ship gained notoriety because during its construction there was a fire, and in 2013, while traveling along the Suez Canal, its engine was damaged, as a result of which control was lost. In addition, many criticize the Emma because sulfur fuel is used for its movement. SO Atlantic. In the 4th position is an oil supertanker, which not so long ago was the largest ship in the world in terms of deadweight, because its maximum mass is 516,891 tons. The length of the vessel is 406.5 meters, assembly in operation in Japan since the mid-1970s. The vessel made its first voyage for its intended purpose, oil transportation between the countries of the Middle East and Europe, in Liberia, and it was registered under its flag. However, in 2002, the ship ceased to exist and was dismantled for scrap. Pierre Guillaume opens the top 3 supertanker family of French ships, which is the leader in its maximum weight, 555,051 tons. The length of the vessel is 414.2 meters, first launched in 1977. Unfortunately, this vessel was not destined to live for a long time, because it was dismantled for scrap already in 1983 in South Korea. His fate was repeated by other ships from this family, and the reason for this was the minimal commercial utility. Such supertankers. In addition, they could not pass through either the Panama Canal or the Suez Canal. Seawise giant, Knock Nevis. Not so long ago, this vessel was an absolute record holder, taking the first place in the ranking of the largest ships in the history of mankind. The length of the ship is 458.5 meters. The launch took place back in 1979. This supertanker was so big that its length was compared to the largest buildings in the world. The main problem of the giant turned out to be that he was unable to move through the channels, Panama, Suez, English Channel. In addition, during the Iran-Iraq War in 1988, it was seriously damaged during the transportation of oil, as a result of which the ship sank. After the end of hostilities, the ship was found, transported to Singapore, where they were able to restore it and launch it again in 1991. Subsequently, the vessel was renamed the Happy Giant and turned into a floating platform that existed until 2009, after which the vessel was dismantled for scrap. Prelude. This vessel is the world's first floating platform that can be engaged not only in transportation, but also in natural gas production. The construction is carried out in South Korea, while the length of the vessel is 488 meters. And the first launching of the hull took place in 2013. Deadweight about 600,000 tons. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like it. See you soon, friends.